Benkos Bioho was the son of an African king. He was born in the late 15th century in what is now Guinea-Bissau. Like many at his time, he was kidnapped and sold to slave merchants. The maltreatment of slaves forced Bioho to rebel and flee his master, taking with him his wife, 3 other men and 3 other women. He also encouraged another 22 slaves to flee with him. They escaped into the swamps and shortly thereafter formed a village, the Palenque, and began to cultivate land, raise cattle and hunt. San Basilio Palenque is a mountainous area, and this made it easier for the enslaved Africans, now free, to see the enemy coming. Biohos also formed an intelligence network and used the information collected to help organize more escapes and to guide the runaway slaves into the liberated territory. He thwarted multiple attempts by the Spanish to besiege his fort. In those days, enslaved people would use drums to communicate to each other. The drums had different rhythms which had different meanings. On the other hand, women used different styled braids on their hair as maps to communicate where the enslaved Africans could flee to. It reminds me of the saying, necessity is the mother of invention. The white slave masters had no chance of deciphering the information passed among the slaves. It did not occur to them that entire maps could be hidden in hairstyles. Women would even hide seeds which, in the long run, helped them survive after they escaped their masters. The Spanish offered a peace treaty to Bioho after realizing that they could not defeat Benkos Biohos. They recognized the autonomy of the Palenque. Bioho from then could get into the city armed without being bothered by anyone. The Palenque in turn promised to stop receiving more runaway slaves or to cease their aid in escape attempts. However, things took a turn when a new governor arrived in 1621. And then, no surprise here, the Spanish violated the agreement they had with Bioho. The Spaniards captured Bioho as he was walking carelessly into the city and hanged him. In 1713, San Basilio de Palenque became the first free village in the Americas by decree from the King of Spain. The inhabitants of Palenque de San Basilio still preserve customs and traditions that have African roots to this day. The language spoken there is a sort of Spanish-based Creole that is known as Palenquero. Eventually, slavery was abolished in Colombia in 1851.